And the pH on my system has dropped, so I'm about to mix up some pH up to rebalance my system. This is what I'm going to use. This is the old Mackenzie's BiCarb of soda. It works fine. It's very, very cheap. It's only a couple of bucks for a kilo. I've got out the digital scales. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix 10 grams per litre of water. I'll put 3 litres of water in my container. That's a bit too much. 31, that's close enough for me. This is what I mix my pH up in. Basically, you just get the old Chinese menu. And tip it down the hole. I've put the BiCarb of soda into the container. Now I've got a litre and a half, or a container that I know is a litre and a half, and I just pour 2 of those into the container that I use for mixing. Just a little bit, not too bad. It's actually a sensible idea to pour in from a bit of a height because you get a better mix. A little bit extra for the spillages. And that's 3 litres of pH up that I've mixed. One of the ways I've got the bleed valve set up, or got the system set up, is with a bleed valve just here. This is the Dutch bucket reservoir, that's the pump line. I've got a valve here with a 2 foot, 3 foot length of hose on it. I can just pull a bit of fluid out of there whenever I want to test the system. I lose a little bit in splashes. That'll do me for the moment. Just testing the pH. Okay, my pH has dropped to 5.2. So the way I normally do it is I use half a cup of pH up to raise the pH by 0.1. So I just throw that bit out. And I want to raise it by at least 0.3, so we're going to add a cup and a half to the system. There's 1 cup. While you weren't watching, I removed that inner bucket from the system, so now I've got an empty outer bucket and I can just pour the pH up straight in there. That'll flow back into the system. There goes the 2nd cup into the system. I decided to add 2 cups instead of 1.5. Won't matter too much, but we'll see how much that brings it up in about an hour. Oh, I suppose I'll just put this this plant back in its home. Take the feeder tube, which I'll put in the next pot, put it back in this pot. Okay, that plant should be nice and happy. Yeah, we'll just let the system run for an hour or so, then retest the pH. Okay, we've had the system running for a couple of hours now, so it's well and truly mixed. So I've just pulled another bit of test fluid out. Let's see what it... 6.5 by the look of it. Right on the button. That must have been a stronger batch than I remember. 6.4. Yeah, it seems that it raised it a whole number rather than 0.1 of a number. Well, there you go. Anyhow, 6.4 is at the upper end of the usually acceptable range, so that'll do me.